History has been made on the Africa TV GSL stage. In a one-sided showdown to end it all, South Korean Terran god Maru defeated first-time GSL finalist RagnaroK in 4 brutal games in the best-of-7 end-of-season finals. This was a prestigious milestone in Maru's career. His victory against RagnaroK marked his 5th GSL title, an accomplishment never seen before by Starcraft II fans. With headsets on and keyboards at the ready, the 2 Season 3 finalists loaded into the map of Moondance for Game 1, where Maru began walling off the entrance to his expansion early. A small force of Reapers found value in RagnaroK's second base. 3 drones were picked off in the early rush, as well as a cancelled Spore Crawler. The pressure was increased when a single Banshee flew in to take more drones. With no detects nearby, the cloaked Banshee continued to collect kills as RagnaroK's economy started to slowly crumble. After fending off several marine attacks at the foot of his base, RagnaroK sent a counter-attack towards Maru's natural. Although he busted down the wall, RagnaroK got little done in the way of permanent damage. Adding Hydralisks to his horde, RagnaroK gave up his 5th hatchery. Maru's bio-based army composition was looking brutal, so RagnaroK was forced to choose wisely when picking fights. Marines in high numbers scaled the high ground and began shredding RagnaroK. With siege tanks providing cover from a distance, there was little the Zerg player could do to stay in the game.
Maru has so much, and he is coming for him once again, going after this 4th base that he already killed earlier on as well, going for a 3rd 4th base kill. See if he can take it down.
Okay, he's coming in here now. Oh, and from behind! Can these tanks target this in time? Oh my god, the tank target is perfect. That's it, GG. A neck-breaking push.
Maru's first victory of the day was claimed in 10.5 minutes.
Out-prepped him, he got the better end of the build orders, everything worked for me.
The smaller map of Inside and Out would be the battlefield for Game 2. By the 2.5-minute mark, RagnaroK threw down a 3rd hatchery to help bolster his resource count early. A convoy of Hellions rushed in for some early drone kills. 7 were fried in Maru's assault, but it was nothing that RagnaroK couldn't recover from. After clearing out creep tumors from around the map, Maru opened up on RagnaroK's not yet mutated 4th hatchery. Knowing the importance of keeping resources strong, RagnaroK pushed back and forced the Terran out of his base.
So far, so good. RagnaroK fights back. Terran can hold this.
Passing the 8-minute mark, Maru positioned his Marines perfectly as he once again approached RagnaroK's side of the map. Zerglings, Banelings and Queens were cut to shreds as RagnaroK tried to perform a surround. Scurrying across the map, RagnaroK attempted to put a stop to Maru's reinforcements. But even that attack was snuffed out as the Zerg player turned his attention back to his front line. Liberators and siege tanks bombarded any Zerg who overstepped their position. Reinforcements were cut off again, but that didn't stop Maru from claiming more drone kills, as well as a much-needed hatchery. In the end, the pressure and consistency from Maru was too much. Every time a Baneling found multiple kills, the Terran star had more and more infantry to back him up. Pushing deep into RagnaroK's brood, the Zerg player bowed out for a 2nd time.
Are you kidding me? I thought for sure he was going to break it once again, but Maru just has that special sauce, stays alive, microing forward, and this might be it.
Yeah, this is going to be lethal.
Crazy.
Maru knew exactly what needed to be done in order to overthrow RagnaroK, always remaining a step ahead.
I honestly thought he was going to end up winning that. Like, he broke right now.
After a short break to relax and reset, RagnaroK and Maru loaded into Game 3's Waterfall, where the Zerg player lost an early Overlord through questionable pathing. Maru tried to force first blood with a Marine drop in RagnaroK's main, but Queens and Roaches were in place to foil the attack. The Zerg player's competitive flair finally came out to play, as Zerglings, Roaches and Ravagers broke their way onto Maru's high ground. The Terran in blue pushed RagnaroK out of his base, but he lost several SCVs as a result. No mercy was shown when Maru started his hatchery hunt. But even with 1-1 in upgrades, he had to back off from RagnaroK's swarm of defending Zerglings and Banelings. RagnaroK's numbers were near endless. Every one of Maru's drops were brought to an immediate halt as Zerglings took full control of the southern half of the map. An all-in play to take down Maru occurred just past the 13-minute mark as RagnaroK advanced onto Terran ground. Maru lost many units in the attack, but was able to come out on top with good spread and splash damage. As more Zerglings, Banelings and Hydralisks were beginning to hatch, Maru went in for a counterplay. Another hatchery was claimed in the now longest game of the day. To combat Maru's siege damage, Broodlords were spawned to deal immense damage to the Terran ground units. Unfortunately for RagnaroK, ghosts in high numbers sniped down his airborne units in seconds, leaving him severely crippled in the next attack to come. With Thors defending the sky and the Marine tank combination dropping Zerg units like flies, RagnaroK was forced to concede for a third time in the GSL Grand Final.
And if you look at the map, top part compared to the bottom, you notice Zerg has basically two bases in the middle that he can't use, while Terran has his. That's all you have to do is Terran. It seems like Maru's going to press his advantage, but right now, I mean, even without a Terran push, I think that there's no way for Zerg to recover until Zerg is able to fight back and reclaim the bases that he has. He cannot. GG. 3-0.
Maru was one game away from his 5th GSL victory, and viewers right around the world knew that he could do it.
Maru's counterpunch was just like
Cosmic Sapphire would be the arena for Season 3's final brawl. And just minutes into the game, Maru would open up with one of the biggest upsets of the day. While Vikings were reducing RagnaroK's overlords, a large and deadly convoy of Hellions sped past his queens and made their way towards the mineral lines. With the Blue Flame upgrade, Maru annihilated an outstanding 30 drones less than 6 minutes into the game, leaving his opponent in an extremely critical state. During his recovery, RagnaroK fell victim to a cloaked Banshee attack, which further increased his worker casualties. Despite the massive loss in the early game, RagnaroK was able to counterattack with a swarm of Mutalisks, forcing Maru to pull back his forces. With a solid mech composition and the high ground advantage, Maru blasted everything RagnaroK threw at him. Roaches and Ravagers were getting picked off by Banshees, while Corruptors fell one by one under Thor anti-air missiles. For the final time that day, RagnaroK handed the game and now the grand final series over to Maru.
He comes up with his Corruptors, and as those get picked off, I think we're going to see that GG coming out of RagnaroK. Not much left over for him. Banshee Thor. What a composition here. Maru styling in this finals, just having an absolutely epic one. GG and Maru.
South Korean Starcraft II history was made as Maru earned his 5th GSL title. The 25-year-old Grandmaster of the game proved to the world why he is #1. The 2022 GSL Season 3 trophy, the lion's share of a $123,000 prize pool, and the one-of-a-kind G5L trophy was claimed by Maru, the greatest Terran player on the face of the earth.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the amazing esport content from around the gaming globe. Only on Unbeaten Esports.